very well could be. Okay, I wanted to talk about oils again. I know, guys, I keep talking about oils, but I really do want to talk about it because this goes hand in hand with food we eat, you know, and especially like when it comes to juice as well. We take the fruit or vegetable, we take it untouched, no pesticides, no GMOs, we juice it, and we get then the liquid form of it, which our bodies can absorb the nutrients from so much better. There's actually benefits to drinking juice rather than eating the actual vegetable, because now we should still eat the vegetable like whole because of the fiber in it, but removing the fiber allows our bodies to absorb the vitamins and nutrients on a level that we wouldn't have been able to if we were consuming it with the fiber. Because when our bodies, you know, eat a fruit or vegetable, it goes into our belly, we digest it with the fiber, and some of that nutrition leaves our bodies with the fiber. While with juice, it enters our gut and our bloodstream immediately, and we're able to absorb the vitamins and nutrients while removing the fiber and even more vitamins and nutrients. So there's some serious benefits to drinking juice over eating the vegetables. And also, you're getting the vitamins and nutrients of 3 pounds of produce. Now, eating 3 pounds of produce is kind of a lot, and if you were to have a salad, you'd probably only eat half a pound to a pound of produce. So you're getting the vitamins and nutrients of just more quantity of produce. So some serious benefits to that, and that's why we love juicing. It makes getting your vegetables for the day so much easier. And also why it's so important to have organic juice and non-GMO juice, because once you can, condense it down to just its liquid form, you are absorbing that, whatever it is, to its max. And if that's pesticides and genetically modified food, you're absorbing those even more to its max. So drinking non-organic juice, wouldn't recommend, and almost like also argue that it could be doing more damage than good, because those pesticides are just so strong. That Roundup, all of those things are just so powerful that the damage they can do to our bodies, especially in liquid form, is like, woo, not good. So when we take juice, with that idea of juice, fruits and veg, and we make it into a liquid form, we also do that with plants, which is just so cool to me. We take something like, let me see, lavender, which most people know what lavender is. You take that lavender, you distill it down, you get all the goodness out of it, and then you have it in this oil form, which actually isn't an oil. It's a volatile something. It's not actually oily. Have you guys ever noticed that essential oils aren't actually oily? Because they're not actual oils. And in fact, they're quite, there's a word to explain it, but they evaporate, which is why you want to always make sure you're putting your lids on pretty tight, because your oils can actually evaporate, which is also why we want to mix them with the carrier oil, so we don't put them on our skin and then they evaporate. We want to put them on our skin with the carrier oil so that they can absorb into the skin. So we take something like lavender, we take all the plants, we distill it with steam, and the goodness comes out, and we have it in a concentrated form that we can apply to our skin, and just like juice reaches our bloodstream and gets into every part of our body, so do oils. We put them on our skin, they absorb into our bloodstream, and within minutes they reach every single part of our body. And there's tests done that show you can do lavender, put it on your skin, test your different organs, and that lavender compound is actually in all of your organs, which is crazy. And then you take that combined with what we know that these oils can do, their amazing power, into every part of our skin. It's just like mind-blowing. So if you can't tell already, we love juice, we love oils, because they are convenient and super effective ways to nourish our bodies and to take care of our bodies. And we do that also by removing the toxins. There's like 2 compartments of this: removing the toxins and the chemicals in the food we eat and in our home products. So like our soaps, our skincare products, our hair care products, our candles, removing the toxins, but then also replacing them with goodness, with real living goodness. And if you've followed my oily journey a little bit, you've kind of noticed that our motto and what we stand behind is choose life. And we say that on so many different levels. So we do it with our juice. We choose life with our juice by not pasteurizing it, by keeping it alive, keeping the live enzymes there, because that's what our body really needs. It's what our gut really needs to get the most out of the juice. So we choose life with our juice. We choose living juice. Also, instead of choosing soda or like pasteurized apple juice or whatever, things that are dead and aren't going to do anything good for our bodies, we choose juice, which is going to nourish us. Can also taste good. Not all juice tastes good. For example, celery juice does not taste good. But actually, over time, the more you drink of it, the more it tastes good. But even if it doesn't taste good, it's still doing things for us. So with that choose life, we look for choices that will be life-giving choices. Choices that will kind of give back to us and serve us rather than just immediately like fall dead the moment we consume it. So our juice is alive. We choose it in the relationships that we have. We hope to have life-giving relationships, one that are fruitful and not draining. We choose it in the media we consume, with all these little things, but we also choose it in our oils by choosing living oils. So if you want to ever research something so cool, you can research the wave frequencies. Took me a minute there. The wave frequencies of oils. So you can research this like right now. Leave this video and go research it. So cool. The wave frequencies of oils. It has been studied and proven that essential oils have the highest wave frequencies in any like natural compound, or I forget what the terminology is. It's on J.K. Juice's blog post, a little snippet under essential oils. But they have the highest wave frequency. And what that means is our bodies have a wave frequency. We like operate at a certain wave frequency. I forget what it is. Then we get sick at a certain wave frequency. Like always at this wave frequency we get sick at. And then we also start dying at a certain wave frequency. So when we hit this lowest amount of frequency, we like begin the stages of death. So it's a reflection of how quickly our body is actually moving, how quickly our cells are moving, and basically how reflective of how alive we are. Food has a wave frequency, and food that's alive, like juice, has a high one. Food like fried foods and whatnot, things that are super dead and just so cooked and hardcore, like fried, have no wave frequency. They're dead. They don't do anything for us except for we can consume them. We don't barf it up immediately, and it fills our belly for a minute, and then we eliminate of it. It doesn't actually give us any life. It doesn't actually do anything good, nothing good for us. So wave frequencies are so interesting, and one of the most interesting things is that essential oils have been proven to have the highest ones. One of the highest wave frequency oils is frankincense. And when you know and you understand that and you can tie it to what the research of frankincense has done, it's mind-blowing. So we can take these things that have such high frequencies, we can apply them to our body that absorb into our bloodstream. Like whatever we apply to our skin absorbs into our bloodstream and goes to our whole body. We have these things called kidneys and livers that filter out toxins. God gave us those naturally. He gave us a filtering thing, and they work well. Like our livers work well until they're in overtime and they're filtering too much, and that's when we go into really bad things like organ failure and liver failure and all this kind of bad stuff, and we get really sick. So anyways, taking something with such a high frequency, applying it to our body absorbs it. It then allows our body just as a whole, so we know that cancer and sickness start at a certain frequency. This allows oils, literally oils and living food, fruits and vegetables, allow our body to operate at such a high level of frequency that we don't get sick, that we don't get cancer, that we don't feel like crap, and we don't die at an age that we shouldn't be dying. We live, we choose life. So that's, again, where our whole choose life thing comes in, is we choose life in our juice, choose life in our oils, choose life in our relationships. And then my husband, the other day, I was telling them this. I went on a rant on Instagram, and he watched the rant, and he said, yeah, and then we choose life ultimately by choosing Jesus. And I'm like, oh yeah, duh, which is so funny because I've had that thought before, and obviously I know that, but he verbalized it at a time where I wasn't really thinking about it. And I'm like, yeah, then we ultimately do choose life by choosing Jesus. So anyways, if you don't know Jesus yet, but you want to know Jesus, shoot me a message. I'd love to talk to you about that. And if you don't have oils yet, shoot me a message, because I can get you the oils, and you can join our team, which we ultimately believe in choosing life. And we truly, genuinely believe from the bottom of our hearts that we're here on earth for a reason. And it's not just to walk around like zombies with headaches and gut problems and digestion and all these terrible, terrible things. It's because we're supposed to do goodness here on life. We're supposed to choose life over and over and over again. From the moment we wake up by choosing joy over misery, to the moment we go to sleep by choosing thankfulness over, oh, I have nothing, grumpiness. Like, we're supposed to choose life. We're supposed to be alive, feel alive, do alive things, so that others can know that there is goodness and there is life out there as well. So, guys, I can't talk about it enough because I believe in it more than anything, y'all. Oils, food. You don't even have to be around me. Just eat good food. Mentally choose life. Get somebody around you that loves oils. Use the oils with them. Join their group. Because every day is another day. Just ticking off the time, y'all. And did you choose life today? That's a good question. Every day when you go to bed, you should think to yourself, did you choose life today? And if you didn't, next day you should do the following thing.